Hey guys, it's Andrew here again, coming at you with another video, and here's my second shelf. I'll get into it right now, actually. Yeah, The Grudge, the American remake. I really enjoy it. Not as good as Ju-On, which I have here, but I really do like it. It's got great characters. Now, the second one, to be honest, I might even like better than the first one. The more I watch it, it's very dark, and it's got this great atmosphere going on, and it doesn't have as many jump scares. I really wish if the first one were directed like this movie, and it's the same director that directs all three of them, I would love the first movie. But yeah, here's Ju-On, the best of all of them. I mean, the thing that sets this apart really is like its atmosphere. Like it has so many of these like background shots, and it's really creepy and really works. Yeah, it's great. Here's the first four Friday the 13th. Don't need to say much about these. The fifth one, I have the first 8, and then I have this 3-pack of the New Line movies. And then here's the Reboot, which I really love the Reboot, to be honest. I have so much fun with this movie. Then there's one here that it's a sci-fi movie you may have never heard of, but it's basically a monster movie for Halloween. There's not many people that you would recognize in the cast, but I do find that I really like this movie, especially for Halloween. I watch it every Halloween. Here's Hallowed Ground, which I watch every summer. This stars a young Chloe Grace Moretz, which is kind of why I blind bought it, but it's a sci-fi movie. It's kind of a mixture between Children of the Corn and I don't know what else. It's like a slasher, more of a slasher version of Children of the Corn with a lot of like demon elements to it. It works. It's not as good as I remember when I first watched it, but I do enjoy watching it. It's only like 80 minutes, maybe even less, to 83 minutes, so I enjoy it. But yeah, here's Halloween. Don't need to talk about that. I have the third one on a pack with the second one. And like I said, showed you up there, I have the second one, which is my favorite horror film, on right now 3 different. I have one of them that's back in Pennsylvania right now. I have it on 3 different cases. I will be getting a 4th one this Halloween with the Blu-ray of the 30th anniversary. Here's the 4th and the 5th. The 6th one I've already showed you. Here's H2O, which I love. The 2 remakes. I do like the second one better than the first Rob Zombie remake. I know I'm in the minority of that, but it's my opinion, so it's whatever. Here's Lords of Salem, which I kept with Rob Zombie's other movies. Again, I do that sometimes. I don't know why. I just want to do that sometimes. Yeah, I liked it. It's a really weird movie, but I expected that, so. Hansel and Gretel, really fun movie. Here's the 3 Hatchet movies. I love the Hatchet movies. They are phenomenal. When I first watched them, I thought they were way too over the top and just too brutal, and you know, then I got the joke of it, and I just enjoyed it. Now here's an 8-pack here that's really interesting, because it's got like a couple, like on these 8-packs like this, you find a lot that are just really shitty and just are terrible. But you find gems every once in a while, and the gem on here is Seven Nights of Darkness. It really works. It's a found footage movie, and it was made for $5,000, and you can tell, but I love it. I think it really, really works. So yeah, there's that. Here's the original 2 Wes Craven's Hills Have Eyes movies. I know that he disowned the second one, but I love it. I love both of them for what they are. One's fun, one's really serious, you know. The Hills Have Eyes remakes, definitely not as good as the original movies, but I still enjoy them for what they are. Here's The House on Sorority Row. You know, I love this movie. And here's the I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy, which I love the first 2, and the third one is enjoyable for what it is. Yeah, I enjoy all three of them. I watch them all in July, all three of these. I will be getting the Blu-rays of these though, because the DVDs of these, I find that they are really, they just look really grainy, and the quality's poor on it. Here are the 3 Insidious movies, which, I mean, the first one is just beyond scary. I love the first movie. The second one, I really don't like the story, but yet James Wan still finds a way to keep it scary. And the third one, Lee Winnell does a phenomenal job at directing these movies. I'm just going to stand up here because it's getting hard for me to keep this. Now, this is Wes Craven's Invitation to Hell. It was a TV movie, and I have most of Wes Craven's movies. I think I have all but 2, to be honest. Yeah, this is a phenomenal movie. It's more of a storyline movie. It's not scary whatsoever, but I just recommend checking it out. You can get it cheap online. Now, here's the I Spit on Your Grave original and remake. I've watched the remake. I haven't seen all of the original. It's just brutal, but they are good for what they are. Again, I like rape revenge films for what they are and for what they represent, and I love the moral dilemma that it gets me in. So, yeah, for what they are, I love it. Now, this movie is well within my top 5 of horror movies. Every shot in this film, I think, when I'm watching this film, I've watched this so many times, and I'd think, oh, they should do this shot next, and they do it. Like, every shot is just beautifully directed, just perfect. It's scary, it's very retro, but it's got such this great, kind of atmosphere that I just love. Yeah, it's from 2015, and it was just phenomenal. Now, here's Jeepers Creepers. I love this cover. Like, he's there, and then the church is in the background. It's a really cool cover. Here's the second one, just the regular cover for that. I like the second one better. Yeah. I mean, if you know about the director's past, it's whatever. The Last Exorcism, I love this movie so much. Every time I watch it, the ending is sort of anticlimactic, and it doesn't fit with the rest of the movie. I can tell it was kind of rushed, but it's still good for what it is. I still love this movie. Here's Wes Craven's Last House on the Left, which is really good. If it wasn't for the soundtrack, it would be a perfect movie. Here's The Last House on the Left, the remake. It's one of the more beautifully directed horror films that I've seen, other than Let Me In. Yeah, it's really well made. Not as gritty and but it's still effective. Here's Lost After Dark. I watched this after watching Moods' review on this. I bought this, and I had a great time with this. And my brother recommended it, and I bought it, and I watched his copy of it, and I loved it. It's a really fun throwback 80s slasher. Yeah. I have the Lost Boys on this 3-pack here with all 3 of them. The kind of the new sequel, and then the third one with Corey Feldman as the main character. The first one's the only great one of all of them. The first one's so awesome. It's just 80s greatness. The other 2 are just okay, but they're enjoyable. Here's Mama. The first time I watched it, I hated the ending, but you know what? It's scary, and for the meaning of the movie, the ending works for what it is, although it's still anticlimactic. Here's The Messengers, which is just, this is another one of those movies where it's not the greatest made movie, and it's just a jump scare movie. But again, I like Kristen Stewart in this movie, and I find that it's a guilty pleasure. I enjoy the characters. The second one has Daryl from The Walking Dead in it. And I find that I do enjoy these characters. Not as good as the first one, but it's still good for what it is. It's okay. The Mist, phenomenal movie. Don't need to say much about that. It's beautifully directed. The Mothman Prophecies, I find, is an underrated movie. I will talk more about this in my underrated top 10 list. But yeah, great. Now the next 3, My Bloody Valentine, this, and Valentine, I've talked about already in great detail. April Fool's Day is a really fun movie. Yeah, got a really great ending. Now, I do have these Nightmare on Elm Streets on these 4-packs. I will be getting the originals, like, separate on Blu-ray, especially, like, the first one and the third one. If they have a Blu-ray for the third one, I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, the first one's just a classic, and then, you know, the other ones are really great, too. I find a lot of fun, other than the 6th one, and Freddy vs. Jason. I enjoy all of them for what they are. And then we get into George Romero's movies, which I don't need to say much about. I love all of them. Yeah, this. I saw Moods has this cover for it, and I love this. I had to get this. Yeah, it's the Ultimate Edition. I love this movie. It was filmed less than an hour from where I live, so I've been to all these places that this film is made in. Yeah, great. I've been to Monroeville Mall before. The next one, I was telling my brother about this, and hopefully he watches this. This is my Day of the Dead. This is like a DiviMax special edition for it. It's got this, like, I don't know, you pull it out, and it has this on it, and then it kind of has these two, the movie and then bonus features on it. I don't really like this. Again, everybody says that it grows on you, so we'll see if I end up liking it a little bit more as I continue. But yeah, there's Dawn of the Dead Remake and Land of the Dead 2 movie. I love Land of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead Remake, I don't really care about. There's the Diary of the Dead, which I find to be one of my top 10 found footage, but I enjoy it for what it is. It's not like the greatest. The Survival of the Dead is okay for what it is. Right now, to be honest, Day of the Dead is my least favorite of all of them. But again, I think anybody that it wasn't as well liked whenever it first came out, and from what I understand, everybody grows to like it the more they watch it. So we'll see if I do. Again, I've only watched it twice, so we'll see the more I watch it. Here's Orphan, which again I find to be an underrated movie, and I will talk about this more. It'll be on my list as well. So yeah, Paranormal Activity, again, unfairly hated movie, really atmospheric, slow-paced, really makes you feel uncomfortable. The second one is one of my least favorites. I find that it's okay, but it's not as good as the first one. The third one's actually my favorite. For unknown reasons, I just like the characters, and it's got this perfect blend, I think, of like fast-paced, but yet it continues the atmosphere. The fourth one is fun. I watch it a lot. It's just a fun movie. The fifth one, again, I watch a lot. It's just a fun movie. It's not like terribly scary or anything. So, but yeah, that's my second shelf here. So, yeah, again, my collection's growing. So these will probably be. I'll have to do updates every couple of months or so. But yeah, I wanted to, yeah, that's my second shelf. I'll have my third shelf up soon, too. Hopefully you enjoy that, too. Thanks for watching.